What's up YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. As always, I'd like to start this video by thanking each of you for joining me today. If you have not yet subscribed, I'd be so honored if you'd consider doing so. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you want to know when the latest content is available, don't forget to click those notifications to on. Today we are back with another Samsung product. I have in front of you the all-new Samsung Active 2. This comes to market not even 6 months after the first version, but it brings new features to the health aspects that we've been waiting for. So I'm very excited to do a review on this product. What we'll do first is I'll do a quick unboxing. I'll show you a side-by-side comparison to some of the older smartwatches from Samsung. And then of course, we'll talk about the health features. I'll show you how to get that blood pressure monitor working, and I'll let you know if it's worth your hard-earned 300 bucks. I'm so happy you're here today. Let's get started. All right, we're going to unbox the Galaxy Active 2 44 millimeter. I want to point out something. There is a 44 millimeter and a 40 millimeter. There is going to be a stainless steel build, and then of course this is the aluminum. The colors in stainless steel will be black, silver, gold, and then in the aluminum, aqua black, which is the one we will be unboxing, cloud silver, and pink gold. Now, I will be getting the stainless steel as soon as I can. I'm gonna get it in the LTE model, and we'll talk about why I think this will be very important with this, with all of its new health features. One last thing, this has a 1.4 inch display at 360 by 360, and the 40 millimeter is a 1.2 inch display also at a 360 by 360. And then of course, next to this box here, we have its bigger brothers that actually have the physical rotating bezel. We're gonna take a look at what's the difference between the touchscreen version and the actual mechanical version. Now, right off the bat, I don't like this packaging. It's just as generic as the first edition, which was launched only about 6 months ago. And it just basically tells us this is Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, lightweight design, and auto advanced fitness tracker and run coach, heart and health monitoring. As we cut the tab, it simply slides open and it's just as generic as it started. However, I do like the fact that it is a very just clean and, I don't know, modern design, if you will. I like that we finally have a bigger screen and more features than the first version. As you can see the back here, which is kind of a fingerprint magnet. Then in the box, when we pull this open, we're just gonna get our charging cable. And that's basically it. And just so you guys know, it's very easy to charge these, kind of just magnetically clips right onto the back. So really nice, really easy, and you can also use these with QI chargers, and it does work actually with the older versions chargers also. And then quickly we have the Gear S2 here, LTE edition. This one can't lay flat. As you can see here, it's just kind of bent. We have our new Galaxy Active 2, the Galaxy Watch, and then the Gear S3. All right, so I just got them all turned on, and I know it's hard to tell in the camera, but it's interesting to me how much more vivid the Galaxy Active 2 screen looks, and I really, believe that it's just because it doesn't have that bezel to it. So it definitely is vivid and it's really cool, but I want to go right into the software because it looks and just feels so much better than the other versions. All right, so let's kind of breeze through the software. I want to say right off the bat that I love the layout of the latest software. First off, they have watch faces that are just bold and vivid, and they're just fun. To me, I like to have, Samsung built watch faces. We know there's thousands in the App Store that you can download, but I like these because I feel like they give you better battery life. They, usually work better. I just like them, and the fact that they added just these beautiful watch faces and this interface that makes you want to download them. It's just colorful, and I really have enjoyed it so far. Now, as far as the settings go, everything can still be done quickly on your phone. You could do your software updates. It tells you exactly how much battery life and how you're connected. You could change what notifications and how they show and what happens with your phone. The apps, you can now have them in, the circular motion, or you can actually have a list view instead. Also, you can change your sound vibration, your display brightness and timeout. Here is the coolest thing, touch bezel right up here. So with this turn to on, you can actually take your finger and just rotate it around the bezel, and it mimics, the actual bezels that you can grab and twist. Now you get a vibrating sensation. It's not as satisfying as that clicking sensation that you get in the older models, but it is just really cool that they figured out a way to do that. And them doing that, what it does is it just really streamlines the look. It just has that really silky, soft feeling screen. I really, really like so far what I'm experiencing with this watch, but you could turn that off if you want, if you'd prefer to just slide side to side. Screen wake up, touch wake up, water lock mode, touch sensitivity, do not disturb. You still have good night mode, theater mode. Everything is all here. You can also still find your watch. Samsung Pay is on deck. Of course, you can back it up and resync it in case you have to reset your watch for any reason. And then you have all of your user manual and software updates and all that good stuff right here in one place. So you got your home with all the settings, you got your watch faces that you have or you want to download, and then of course you have the market with thousands of different things that you can download. So quickly just wanted to take a closer look at the watch. We do have two buttons on the right side. Of course, this watch does have a speaker and a microphone, so you can talk through the watch itself. Of course, we have our updated sensors here, and we still have our easily changeable bands. However, they are not a standard 22 millimeter, which I can't stand when watches do that. These are a 20 millimeter watch band, so you have to, find a watch band that will work. But if it's 20 millimeter, you can easily switch it out. Now, if you pull down the top, we have our normal toggles as far as airplane mode, brightness, Wi-Fi calling, do not disturb, battery saver. And then of course you have your quick water mode, theater mode, nighttime mode, and then location, battery, Wi-Fi, and find your phone. Then we have our settings menu here where you have your watch faces, sound, vibration, display, advanced connections, app, security, and the list goes on and on. But more or less what you need to know is that you can do everything on the watch as well as on your phone. You don't have to do it on your phone. You could do it just straight from your watch. And remember, as long as you're on your Wi-Fi network with this one, you could still be connected to your watch even if it's really far away. This does have Bluetooth 5.0, so it does have better Bluetooth than a lot of devices have. And so far I've had no problems with the connection. All right, and then one last look closely at the Galaxy Watch. Now, again, I love that rotating bezel, but as you can see, it actually mimics it almost identically. As far as the overall size, this is definitely much smaller, but we're gonna get into the most important part of why this is the watch, at least in the LTE edition, that anyone that is concerned about their health or has health problems needs to get. We're going to talk about that right now, as well as my overall review. All right, so immediately when they announced the Galaxy Active 2, there was a few things that jumped out at me when I was able to view this watch on like bestbuy.com as an example. It said blood pressure. Now, I am a very sick person. Unfortunately, I had a transplant. I'm missing most of my organs. I'm hooked up to an IV every day of my life. And I'm only telling you this because when it comes to the health features, This is something that is so important to me, and I can imagine it being so important to millions of people out there that are dealing with illnesses. So, blood pressure, normally you have a huge cuff or you have something that goes around your wrist. Boom. It said it was on the smartwatch. So I turn it on and guess what? I can't find it anywhere. So I do a little research and it turns out it does have a blood pressure, but you need to download 2 apps. Now I'm gonna show you what to download here in 1 second, but I wanna tell you this. Bear in mind that it is in the very beginning stages. It's going to ask you to sign a lot of waivers when you sign up for it. They will ask you to let them use your medical information. This is something that you're going to have to be okay with. Now, the reason why they're doing this is they're trying to make it work better. Now, let's jump into showing you how to download and make the blood pressure work. All right, to try to make this easier on you, first start off in the app. As you can see right here, you click Discover and then hit View More. When you press View More, it's going to open up the Galaxy Store. Now, a couple things. As you can see, you have My Galaxy and then you have your watch. In order for this app to work, you're going to have it downloaded on your phone and on the watch. Simply go up here when you are on the watch and go ahead and put in My BP Lab 2.0. Now, I already have it installed, and as you can see, there is all the heart measurements. When you go to install this, it's going to tell you that you need it also on your phone. So just back out, hit My Galaxy, go back up here and do the same thing. As you can see, this will be available in both apps and in watch. All right, so now we have the app downloaded on our phone. This will be your front page. And also on your watch, now you have the ability to open up the app and you can now take your blood pressure. You can do health check-ins, if you ever need to recalibrate it, and then what version you're on. So everything's all ready to go. I do want to let you know that during setup, you need to have a standard blood pressure monitor to calibrate your watch in order to make sure you're getting accurate readings. All right, so now that I showed you how to do that, I want to talk about it for a moment. I've used it religiously now for about 2 weeks. And so because of my health, I do have a professional blood pressure cuff, and it is so accurate, I'm very shocked. But it does in fact work. It's still in that kind of beta testing stages. I'm excited to see where it goes. As far as your heart rate and all the stuff that's been in all of these watches, it works fabulous. Now, it says also that it has a temperature sensor in it. There is nothing that I have found to make that work yet, but if it can tell me my body temperature also, that would be awesome, but it does say that it's in here. In addition to that, it does say that it reads your EKG. Now again, it does do stress testing and heart rate, but it doesn't necessarily break anything into that EKG matrix. Hopefully that's something that we'll see, but the stress level that it registers, I believe that is somehow factoring that in. But all in all, it seems to be very accurate. Now, as you can see, this is the watch that I usually wear every day. Now, my other favorite watch is actually the Huawei. Now, this is a Google operating system. I just like the way it looks. But as far as the GPS signal, the step counter, waterproof, usability, I am very happy with this watch. From the Galaxy Active 1, in just a few, short months, they have made great advancements. Also, the original versus the second, I felt like the original was just too small. They had that kind of just small size. I know some of you like that, so you kind of have a choice. I like when Samsung gives us the choices. But getting back to functionality, so basically we have where it lets you know if you're not being active enough, altitude changes, blood pressure, calories burned, distance swam, so you can wear it swimming, distance traveled, heart rate, hours slept, laps that you take in a pool, sleep quality, speed, stairs climbed, steps taken, and then temperature. Now, I want to talk about exactly how I feel about each thing that I've used. First off, Samsung Pay. For those of you that don't know, you gotta get Samsung Pay. It's awesome. It works well, and I'm happy to see it still in the Galaxy Active 2. Next, the GPS. I always have a good GPS signal. I know that some of the watches have problems when you're in certain buildings. It doesn't pick it up. So far, so good. Bixby Voice. Bixby Voice seems to be the best addition yet on a watch. The speaker is loud and clear. The mic seems to pick up my voice just fine. When I take Bluetooth phone calls, no one ever seems to notice that I'm on my watch, which is nice. As far as the overall flow and operating system, of course, there is never any hiccups. It's very, very fluent. Again, I love the screen. It's bright, it's vivid, even when it's on the always on screen. I don't know if you can see it. They've gotten really good at that. Battery life, I'm getting a full 2 days of battery life easily. I love the fact that with your S10 Plus or your Note 10, Note 10 Plus, that you can just drop it on the back and charge it. I actually plug in my phone and then put my watch on top at night, and I charge them both at the same time. It's a little trick. And other than that, really, this is a great watch. I think the starting price is right at the right place. And then again, for that LTE stainless steel model, which I can't wait to get in my hands, you know, it's about $450, $479, depending on where you get it at. That still is so much lower than, you know, some of the Apple watches, right? I mean, they have some, I think, what, like $1,000, maybe even more, depending. But this is definitely a watch I'm gonna recommend. It is definitely a watch I'm gonna keep. You know, this was always my go-to watch. I will still continue to wear my Galaxy Watch, depending on where I'm gonna go. But this is comfortable to wear all day. I like everything about it, and I love the fact where they're going with the health. I can't stress that enough. You know, I want to talk about some features that are supposed to be coming. Now, don't quote me on this, but these are supposed to be coming, and one of them is a great feature. There's times that I pass out because I have horrible blood sugars and so on and so forth. If you pass out, and the watch will notice that you actually hit the floor, and it will command you to do something on the watch. If you don't, it will call 911. This can be a life-saving feature. Again, this is also, if this is actually gonna come, this is why I might really recommend the LTE edition also. But if you have any other questions about this, of course, just reach me in the comment section. But I have to say, so far, I actually love this watch. And if I'm being completely honest, I did not care for the Galaxy Watch Active. To be honest with you, I gave it away. So that tells you, and I kind of stock up on tech, but Galaxy Active 2, awesome watch. That wraps up my review on the all-new Samsung Galaxy Active 2. I want to hear from you in the comments. Are you going to get this watch? Did you already buy it? What do you think of it? As always, I want to take a moment and just slow things down for a moment and remind you, life is so short. Don't forget to love your family, love your neighbors, take care of each other. The world is a sick and twisted place, and the only people that can change it is you and I. Remember, technology is amazing, but never let it take over the human interaction that we have with each other. I want to remind each of you that I do YouTube for you and you only. So if you have questions or I missed something in this video, please reach me in the comment section. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at JBTechFanatic. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments and see you in the next video. And until then, I'm JBTechFanatic and I'm out. Peace.